Welcome to the Cripescast. I'm your host, Charlie Behrens. We are powered by Everlight Solar, and here is today's episode. Hey, folks, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Cripescast. Today, I've got all the husbands of Target guys on the show. I've got Taylor Calmus. You may know him as Dude Dad. Myles Montplaisir. You probably know him from You Betcha or the Bellied Up podcast that he and I do together. And Penn Holderness of the Holderness family. These are all really good friends of mine. We all met doing the original Husbands of Target video. That video, if you're not familiar, we did it over the right before the pandemic, actually, I think. Was it right before? Yeah, I think it was. And it was one of those crazy videos that we didn't know what to expect. And then it got like, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 million views. I don't even know how many views, but it got a lot of views. And it's like one of those videos when you're out at the bar and you know, people are like, hey, I know you from that one video. And that's usually the one video. So anyways, we did it. It did well for Target. It was cool. And but we didn't hear from Target for a bunch of years. And then several years later, they reached back and they're like, hey, do you guys remember that one video you shot in our parking lot without our permission? And we were like, yeah. And they're like, do you want to do more of those? So we were in Los Angeles this past weekend doing one more of those. And the night before, all those fellas got my hotel room and spilt some beer. And we had this podcast. So I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. But before we get to my conversation with these fellas, I want to let you guys know we are still raising money for Doctors Without Borders. They are doing incredible work for people suffering around the world without access to adequate medical supplies, medical care. They're doing great work in the Middle East right now and a bunch of other places. Check them out, doctorswithoutborders.org, and we will link them up in the show notes. All right, folks, without further ado, here is my conversation with the fellas from Husbands of Target.
Hey there, guys. Welcome back to the Cripes podcast. Now you try.
Oh, gosh. Hey, welcome to the Cripes.
More energy.
Oh, gosh. We're so excited to be part of the Cripes podcast.
Okay, Myles.
I tell you what, there, guy, you're gonna want to go down to the river and.
You should do a down by the river impression.
That's
conflating me and Chris Farley right now.
I tell you what, you got to make sure you're fishing with spinners out there.
Yeah.
You know,
And watch out for deer.
Down by the river, I would say, if you want to get on some of the fly action, it's good.
Oh, you know,
if you want a
spinner,
little spinner, but the maps bucktails.
Out there in Economowoc.
Well,
Economowoc.
Hey, that's pretty close.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, folks,
Are
welcome.
they a sponsor, MEPS?
MEPS makes Grandpa Bob's Tackle Box, which you can get on manswalkminute.com.
You always got to be plugging, Charlie.
Got a plug, baby. We got a plug. Hey, folks, welcome to the Cripescast, the most listened to podcast in all of
Milwaukee.
Manitowoc.
In your neighborhood.
In my exactly.
Your mom's house.
I am here with Penn and Taylor and Myles, and we are in Los Angeles in this hotel room that is mine, and we'll smell like beer after tonight because a few of you spilled on the carpeting. I was taking notice, myself included. Oh, pour one out, Taylor. And we're here doing a deal. We're doing a Target shoot. So now you guys are all. Now, what are you all quiet for now?
You're doing the intro to the podcast.
What do you want us to say? This is your show.
I'm waiting for you guys to rag on me, and when you're not ragging on me,
Usually
it feels weird. So we were us showing you respect was uncomfortable.
it was so uncomfortable to get any.
Let's set some ground rules.
Okay.
We do not respect each other.
Okay, perfect.
In this podcast.
That's good to know.
In this podcast.
I just want to let you guys know that this feels really good. To be this much higher than all of you right now.
You're very
hang on.
Yeah.
Where's it?
For those of you listening and not watching, Charlie is a good 1.5 feet taller than us. And we're sitting in a couch meant for two people.
Yeah, it's a love seat.
We are here in Los Angeles. Penn and Taylor and Myles and I, because several years ago, Taylor had this idea to do Husbands of Target. And he called us all together. He called us all together to a Target parking lot.
And each one of you individually said what?
Each?
I don't know. Could work.
I will be honest.
think
I think
I'm
that
gonna
could be
go on
one of the
record
questions asked,
saying-
like what each person said. That's a
Okay,
good
Yeah, what
that's a
is
good
what he
question.
said?
I have no-
I think you said it was. You're like, that could be cool. You were on board. You're like, yeah, let's
well,
do that.
no, I was like, let's do that, but we're also gonna do a music video.
Yeah.
which got like 12
So,
views. So like,
If I go
yeah,
back,
yeah.
I had reached out to Penn, actually Myles too, both of them, months before they responded to me. And then your manager told you need to do collabs. He's like, oh, what about
there,
that?
yep.
Yeah, and then you reached out to me.
You were my first collab. I'm weird about collabs. You guys are great. With
You guys
collabs.
were each other's first collab. You guys were each other's
I was
first?
his first collab.
Yeah.
He wasn't my first
I was.
collab.
No,
He's been around the block.
I was a
Yeah.
collab virgin. And
Just say
Really?
Yeah, I was.
In the
And
collab
then-
world, he might be the neighbor.
Well, I
of bicycle,
collab with my
you know?
wife. Like that's like the way our channel works is.
Yeah, well, you can get
so-
outside of your wife.
Well, Taylor.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
collabs.
worked out great.
Yeah.
And then Myles, I reached out to Myles because he lives in Fargo and my wife is from Fargo, so I was up there all the time. And he did not respond. And then I did a video about Fargo that went viral, and then he slid into my DMs.
Oh, he was chasing
In
that
my
clout.
defense, I had so many DMs.
All right, that's probably valid.
No,
That's
I'm
probably
just
valid.
kidding.
No, I ignored you.
No,
yeah.
I'm really bad at that portion
Well, it's
of
a
this
new-
business
That's
is
also is like,
responding. and
So what was your response, Charlie?
My response, well, first of all, Taylor got in touch with me because he and Myles did something. And then Taylor called me and we had a nice conversation. I remember I was on I-41 coming down.
I was in my backyard.
Gosh, what? You were in your backyard?
I was in my backyard in Van Nuys.
I was going right over Lake Butamore.
Mhm.
And we were talking.
I was facing southeast
I was also facing southeast.
while I was on the phone, and I was like, "This is a moment I'll remember forever."
Wow, I didn't think that by a long shot.
And I
But
told you. I remember I told you. I was like, "Oh, so the voice is real, huh?"
yeah, which I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not. I don't
It's
know
a
how you.
compliment.
It is
Yeah,
a compliment.
You're authentic.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. But I do think so. We had our first. We did IKEA thing, and then while we were doing while we were getting kicked out of the IKEA for probably the third time
Yeah.
on that day.
First, we went to breakfast
Oh yeah, we went to
because
breakfast.
I was like, "Let me get to know this guy before we try to shoot content, just so I
Yeah.
have his vibe."
Yeah. Do we have a script?
well,
ready for it?
you're a dinner first type of guy.
Breakfast first.
breakfast first.
Breakfast first, and then
Usually
get down to
breakfast
business.
could come
But yeah, then
later, right?
we shot.
That's
We
the
were
correct
shooting
order.
Rogue. Did we have somebody with us, or were it just us two?
No, we had some guy, one of your guys, with us.
Morgan.
Morgan.
It was
Yeah.
So there was Morgan, and you also had an intern who came and shot.
That was
a
like,
second
yeah,
day,
yeah.
And my wife.
Yeah, your
Yep,
wife.
and your
shot.
wife was
Yeah,
in.
and now at the time she wasn't your wife.
Correct.
Me and Charlie shot at IKEA, and we got told that we couldn't shoot there, and we were like, absolutely. And then we moved to a different part of the store, kept shooting.
Yeah, and we eventually got it. And I think a total of 3 times we were told do not shoot at this IKEA. But, back then we weren't really, we were a little bit rabble-rousers.
Rabble-rousers.
We kind of had a resentment for authority. We were kind of bad.
Still do, yeah.
Can
Yeah.
we take a minute and talk about the fact that we have all shot a lot of videos without the permission of these corporations?
Is it hard? It feels
Yes.
harder
What are they
now.
gonna do? What are they gonna do?
It feels harder
It
now.
feels easier now to me.
Oh, see, for
People,
me, like,
if you've done I was
oh yeah,
terrified.
it depends on the situation.
I was terrified to go into Target, into Target. We were outside of Target, and we were scared to be outside of Target.
Well, we were.
Well, that's because we posted up for like 8 hours.
We did post.
Yeah.
You
up
want
for
the
8
shoot to be
hours.
good or not?
Here's the deal with Taylor. When Taylor has a vision, we will stay till Taylor's vision is done. And oftentimes we will come back the next day for a bunch
That's
of
the
pickups.
difference between 500,000 views and getting hired by the corporation 4 years later for 5 shoots.
That's true. You know what? You can here. Do you have a mic you can drop on that one? That's good. But
I mean, it did take you 4 years, Taylor. so-
Yeah.
Took them 4 years. Took them 4 years.
so we did it. We all had some. We're like, yeah, that could work to Taylor's idea for Husbands of Target. But as it turned out, when we published that video, I was looking at the numbers go. I was like, oh my God, this guy does know what he's doing. Because it was like 1 million views in an hour, maybe.
Well, I
million
remember.
an
I
hour.
remember they used to put like
The live views.
actual
Live
live
view.
views,
And we were at
like
50,000.
It was 70.
70,000, yeah,
and
it
I
was
was
crazy.
like, "What is going on?" And that was a guy who works for me, Tyler. That was his first week working for me, and he was like, "Does this happen a
No,
lot?"
never happened before. Never
Never.
happened again.
Yeah.
For me.
So
It
it's
was
literally been all downhill for him since he started working.
Well, so to me, that like going back to the actual shoot, I was meeting all you guys for the first time, except for Taylor, because Taylor and I had met at like a creator
A day
summit.
before. Oh yeah, we met at
Yeah.
that thing. Yeah.
But to someone who's like listening to this, who's never like figured this out, it was we basically got on the internet and wrote a script. It wasn't like SNL where you sit around and talk about stuff and you work on it, and then we just showed up in a parking lot together, and it was so.
Yeah, you guys had met like the night before at a bar.
Mhm.
But but then Charlie, I met Charlie because he locked his.
Oh, so you met him that morning?
Yeah, he locked
Yeah.
his keys in his car.
Yeah, we started the
Yeah.
shoot by
I always
helping
gotta
Charlie
get
get his
brought up.
keys out of his trunk.
Right, so he shows up and he's like, I can't get into my car.
And then we were like, we need
Why's
props.
that always got to get brought up, Charlie?
I don't even know why I opened my trunk on the day. I think I had a prop, but anyway,
had a
I
prop
left
in
my
there.
keys in the trunk, and then I had to have AAA come in, and that cost me some money at the end of the day. Anyways,
So
so
we
let's not dwell on the
So we
the-
all
the
came together,
smoke.
having some of us not met. We shot the deal in the Culver City Target parking lot.
Mhm.
At one point, a Target employee came out and took a smoke break in her car.
We
And a
thought she was
couple
coming
of
to
you-
kick us out.
I think it was you.
Yeah,
It was
I
like,
was terrified.
She's calling the cops. She's on her phone. She's calling the cops.
I used to have major paranoia doing
You were very
anything
paranoid.
around a store.
And I was like, dude,
Yeah.
let's just keep shooting until the cops show up. We don't know she's calling the cops. Let's just keep shooting. And we kept shooting, and no cops showed up.
She was on her lunch break.
She didn't care.
No, nobody cared. Even the guys who were pulling the carts, you guys were paranoid about the guy collecting the carts, thinking this guy was going to rat on us.
and
Mostly
then you
me.
remember
Yeah.
that this guy doesn't
This
care at all.
This guy is just glad to be outside right now, just enjoying the sunshine. But yeah, we shot the first episode. Penn, I have this vision of you with your shirt like halfway up.
Oh, it's supposed to look like
the
a
car wash.
Yeah.
I remember writing that in there, and you would do it. Nobody else would do it, and I was like, "Well, me and Penn are going to do the car
Yeah,
wash."
We're gonna do the
thing.
car wash.
I don't think I wouldn't have not done it. I don't think I was ever asked.
Oh,
You know,
you could have done it.
well,
Well, tomorrow, why don't you pop that top off?
that'd be nice actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Myles.
I'll tell you, my memory of that first shoot was just being in, like, feeling I was so out of my depth.
I remember you saying that a lot.
Because
Yeah,
Well-
you just wouldn't shut up, man.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, because
you've done kind of small comedy and just I was the singer. I was the guy who wrote parodies, and I'd not done a lot
were
of
like,
I was hey, look at me, jazz hands guy, and I'd never done actual scripted comedy before. And I remember I got home and I was like, oh my god, Cam, these people were so patient with me, and they gave such good advice about being smaller in places. And like not like having to be this giant dancing bear, which I normally am in most of my videos. And it got me I think it got me out of like this pigeonhole that I was probably in for a long time in content. And I remember just being so grateful. I didn't care if there were any views in the video at all. But
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah,
no, it was really nice when it
let's,
happened.
let's not.
But you
lie
guys
to
are
the
you guys are
viewers.
so funny and so good, and are part of. We're sitting here in LA. I didn't realize there was this whole comedic sketch world that, by the way, my wife like just naturally can do,
Mhm.
but it didn't come naturally to me at first. So I remember that day being like, I was just like walking on air afterwards because I'd tried something that was hard. And I'd gotten better at it over the course of the day, and I'd made some new friends.
Oh,
And that was
man.
really cool.
Well, that's the short form
Well,
right there. Yeah,
yeah.
put some emotional music under that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I
That's
mean,
really- that was
like,
heartfelt. I
if-
didn't expect some heartfelt here.
if I had to put everybody into a box, which is sometimes
Let's
good
do
to
that.
do.
Let's
If I
do
put
that.
everybody in a box,
Let's do that.
Honestly, let's
I
do
would
it.
say, okay, Penn is the guy that can write a song in 5 minutes and have it be brilliant and you'd be like, holy shit,
Yeah,
how did he
that's my
just do
vibes.
that? Charlie is a joke writer. He can take anything and make a quick, witty thing out of it that is just, he can just create a joke out of anything, right? And then Myles is the guy that can latch onto
Anything.
normal life
Anyone.
and show you, no, you can just make normal life feel like normal life and people go like, that's true. That's a real thing. Yeah,
Effortlessly.
that's how people
Totally
act. And he
effortlessly,
just
yeah.
acts like a true, like a representation of the thing that you're trying to represent without trying to like be too much.
And Taylor is a guy who can take an idea that 3 other people give a mediocre response to. And you
Turn
can
it
say,
into this.
no,
Yeah.
I see the vision. Here is the AstroTurf that I went out and purchased for this shoot.
I think I
will
had to buy it
say that
twice.
you are also very good at taking stuff that, with your family and making it enjoyable for everyone to watch when family a lot of times is like,
Yeah.
Hard.
you care about just your children or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't care as much about other people's children. You've done a good job of making everyone care about what's going on in your life too.
Oh,
Wow.
you
Well,
care about what's going on in my life?
Mm-hmm. I really, really want you to get that addition done. Just a
Yeah.
couple more days.
Yeah. Oh my
I don't
God.
know how many more things you can do with your addition. We've seen you turn it into Noah's Ark in the Wisconsin Dells with that water slide in there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's I'm really over it. I
Yeah.
really want it to be done. The drywall's happening tomorrow while I'm not there, and I'm very happy about that.
Well, we're excited for you.
And behind the scenes, Heidi and I have had very, like, as much as we joke about it, there is lots of tense moments about the addition because it's
Yeah,
just
let's
all
dive into
consuming.
that.
yeah, let's clear the couch. Taylor, lie down on that for a second.
We're going to unpack.
So what do you hate about your marriage?
It's what I feel emotional about is. No, it's just, it's a ton of stress.
I was joking.
Is it
by the
not?
way. I was-
No, please don't say it out loud.
Do you feel
I don't hate my marriage. I love my marriage.
do you feel like this house is your 5th kid?
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
You-
Like
wait, I thought you.
I
had more
just
than
go.
that.
I have
Sorry.
4. I just go into things thinking like this is a good idea, and I just send it.
Yeah.
And then I get like, I don't know, maybe like 65% into this thing, 70% in. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a really big bite. Like when you bite off.
You took a big old bite out of that Kit Kat.
Like when you're eating a steak and you get a big chunk of fat, and you're like, oh man, it's gonna take a
Yeah,
while
man,
to
you
chew
cut
through.
a hole. In
It's
your
all
house.
fat.
I got a little.
Yeah.
Cut a big
It's like
hole in your
dental
house.
floss
Yeah, it's a
inside
pretty big
my
bite.
tooth
Uh-huh.
right there.
No, it's gonna be fine.
You dug a huge hole in your front yard.
Yeah, well, no, it's only halfway in. Yeah, the window well. There's no gutters yet, and the window well it rained cats and dogs the other day. All the water just falls off the side because there's no gutters yet, and then it just rolled into the window well, and it started coming to the brand new basement. So my other buddy Charlie and Burke are down there with shop vacs. I put on my swim trunks and just went outside with a bucket and started throwing water out of the window well, and then eventually got it to the point where I could just get a shovel and make a trench to divert the water. I'm in it deep, guys.
Did you not hire anybody to help?
No,
you
I've hired
fix
some
your house?
people.
Because it
There
sounds
is
like you're doing the whole
drywall is
thing
happening
yourself.
while I'm not there.
Okay.
Okay. I framed it, which
I
is a
didn't
big
mean to
thing.
sound first world there, but most people who get a house redone bring in experts.
You know what's
That's the
to
thing
help.
with Taylor. Taylor loves doing
You
it.
want it done right, you got to do it yourself.
There you go.
Twice.
South Dakota man. You're South
Twice.
Dakota man.
I swear to God, most of it I had to do twice because I did it wrong the first time and had to redo it.
But you
Yeah.
didn't have to do it 3 times. So
Correct,
you learned
yeah.
your lesson.
And I didn't pay for it, just my time.
And it's time well spent because you made how many videos off of probably made those videos.
And they did better than the comedy video.
Yeah, does that because anytime you do kind of a home renovation project, you always have the people in the comments that are like, "You're doing it wrong."
Yeah, but this time I'm actually getting everything permitted, So I know.
This is my favorite Taylor story. I was over at Taylor's house.
Oh, you were there when it happened.
And he was just like, you know when you're talking to Taylor and Taylor's talking to you, but Taylor's not really in the conversation.
Yep.
And then eventually he's just like, yeah, man. This inspector came over. Someone
You were
saw
there
one
when
of
I
my
got the
videos.
letter. I got the letter.
He gets a letter from someone at his
the
city, and they're like, "Yeah, we saw your videos. That roller coaster in your backyard, plus all the other addition you put on the back. We're gonna have to come check it and pull permits." I'm like, "Well, how many permits did you pull?" He's like, none. Doing the math in my head, carry the zero. None.
It was 5 projects.
5 projects.
They're all
including
permitted
A
now.
roller coaster. How'd you get a roller coaster in your backyard?
They permitted it. I have a permitted roller coaster.
So,
That's
the
impressive.
permanent roller coaster world is fascinating, and it's in Colorado a lot. Like, they turn all the
Technically,
Excuse me.
just the deck of the roller coaster has a permit.
Okay.
The actual roller coaster part is just playground equipment.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, yeah, you can remove it at any
Yeah.
time.
But if
yeah.
you're in
It's all
Colorado
permanent
and like
structure.
and the ski slopes are closed, you go to like Telluride or Aspen or wherever, and they make these temporary roller coasters that go
Really?
down. Oh yeah, have you been to those? Like there's one in.
Oh,
Silver.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's
That was like in
amazing.
Rapid
Yeah, with
City,
the little
South
cart.
Dakota.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
With
They
you
got
guys
those-
just have the
yeah.
break in the
Yeah, they got that in Rapid City,
Yeah, they
South
do.
Dakota.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anywhere there's a hill,
The
you can
Alpine
find a
slide
ramp.
is what it's called.
Alpine slopes. Alpine slide?
Slide.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Let's
so-
talk about Miles's baby.
Yeah, I
shower.
was just gonna say,
It's time.
Miles, your baby. I think we can.
Well,
all
over
agree.
first, Miles's wife had a baby.
2 months,
Also,
right?
I had a
2 months?
baby. I was there.
Pretty sure it's yours.
When
Looks
did
just like
you
him.
know?
I don't know. He's got blue eyes.
They all do it first.
Yeah, but you don't
No,
say
they're
Miles had a
staying
baby.
blue. They're staying
They're
blue.
staying blue?
So
I've got a
that's-
few blue-eyed babies too.
Okay.
And I got brown eyes, so it's
All right.
okay. It's
All
cool.
But
Yeah.
the first 6 months they stay blue, and then you don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Um,
Let's say.
It could switch.
When did you find out?
Sigh of relief.
When did you find out your baby had the best hair ever?
Right when he was born. Right when I saw him.
Really? When
Was
he
it
was
all wet
crowning?
and matted down?
Actually, it was at our ultrasound. Yeah.
Okay, first
You
just-
saw the hair on the ultrasound.
That's how much
It's the
hair
only,
there was.
only baby who's you can see the hair in the ultrasound. Just go ahead and cut to a photo of Miles's baby
No,
and his
we don't
perfect
put
hair.
My kid all over the internet.
Well, blur out his face. Just show his hair.
So cut to a
Just show
blurred
the hair.
out face picture of a 2-month-old child.
Put a smiley
It's
face
not the
photo
hair.
on, and
Like a
just show
clown.
Just
Let's
put
make this
Miles's
as
face
terrifying
on
as
it.
possible.
Miles's face with the baby's actual hair. Can we show his actual hair? Is that okay?
Yeah.
You know what?
Show his hair.
No,
You know
I
what?
want you to.
Let's
Dante,
cut to a
Dante,
photo of a
here's what you're gonna do.
jack-o'-lantern.
You're gonna take a photo of my kid. You're gonna Photoshop his hair out of it and put it on me right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Does he have that much hair?
Honestly, he's got more hair than Miles does
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
got better hair than Miles.
Yeah, he's.
And Miles
I
has
mean,
nice hair. But
Miles, he could be. I don't want to pump
A
your
Kohl's
tires
model.
here. He could be a Kohl's model.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
even get paid
JC
in Kohl's
Penney's.
cash?
You probably get paid in some Kohl's cash.
Maybe a monthly stipend of Kohl's cash.
You probably
would be
have.
nice.
Would you let your baby be a Kohl's model?
I don't know. I mean, it'd have to be a decision with Ann and I. you know?
Okay. Yeah.
But you're not putting him out there for the world to see.
Yeah, unless I get paid for it.
Well, you get paid. You get paid.
Cripescast is this
You're
not
paying
paid?
us for this?
No. No.
Well, there we go.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we doing tomorrow?
Wait, what did you
Oh,
say?
can we say what we're doing tomorrow?
So
Yeah.
when is this airing?
Probably this week.
Yeah, you think?
It'll be fine. We're
I
shooting
got
another
this.
thing.
I got this. We're shooting another thing for Target that's a level up from what we've done before, and I want to give like
It's going to be on a larger screen.
Yeah. I want to just to give some history. We did this Husbands of Target video that no one paid us to do. It was how we all got to know each other.
Way more views.
Got a tremendous amount of traction.
80 million.
Then we did another one.
But who's counting?
Yeah, we did another one after
That's just on one
COVID.
platform.
We collabed together a bunch, and then all of a sudden, in February, Target started calling us because they actually had decided they wanted to take Taylor's idea of Husbands of Target and
That
turn
you
it
guys brought to life.
into a Teammates of Target campaign around the Super Bowl, which involved like Matthew Stafford and a bunch of other people and a huge set where they were paying us to do this. That was in February, right? And we're like, holy crap. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That was cool.
We've cashed in.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later,
They were like, we need to do more of those things.
We've got
That
a
was
pickleball
good.
contract, and we'd like you guys to do a pickleball video.
Can we pause right there
Uh-huh.
and just talk about Miles's dance moves on the pickleball?
They did not show nearly enough of that in the video.
Where is that
I
footage?
agree. I agree.
Can we get that footage?
It was too tight of an edit.
Miles learned an entire choreographed dance. I was walking through, drinking my coffee, looking at Miles doing this dance. I was like, this is not going to go well. I walked back like 3 minutes later. I was like, oh, he's got it down. What the hell?
Don't forget, I'm an athlete.
I've never had backup
He had a
dancers.
crew. He had backup dancers.
And they also, it was like, they were doing it and they're like 5, 6. And I kind of looked at him and he like was annoyed that he had to explain to me what 5, 6, 7, 8 meant. You know, he was kind of like, I'm like, you realize I have no experience in dancing. I don't know what 5, 6, 7, 8 means. I know we're starting something.
You
Do I
guys,
start on 7? Do I start on 8? Why don't we start at 1? Why isn't that 1, 2, 3, 4?
You do start on one.
You are starting at
One
You
comes
don't-
after 8.
Yeah.
I don't know
5,
whether
6,
so whether
7,
2,
8.
3,
1,
4,
2, 3,
5.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One,
1, 2.
yeah.
Here's the real question. Do you still remember the dance?
Not
Do it.
really.
Come
No,
on.
I don't.
What was the song?
I'm really not prepared to get up.
Wait, what
No,
was
really
the song? What was the song?
I don't
The
know.
Beyonce one.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, but they couldn't use that in the
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
I stayed
Yeah,
too late.
but
Yeah. Wait,
no,
that's
down,
not
down,
it. That's not
down,
it.
Also,
down,
like,
down,
I don't think
down,
you guys
down,
understand.
down.
I don't
Yeah.
think you guys understand
What's that one
the
called?
amount of pressure I was under.
Texas
You
Hold'em?
were-
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Texas Hold'em.
Well-
God bless you.
Miles, you were under intense pressure at that point because you had to
So
make a break.
there was a talk about a dance in the video, right? Lightly in the meetings. Then I show up and I get my hair and makeup done. Had to get pretty, you know, put my face on. And they're like, oh, also you got to learn this dance. And so then I started learning this dance, and I was like,
That's
You
it.
remember it?
I don't remember it.
Well, it was a good effort, Penn. I don't think
Yeah,
you're
I
good.
actually
right.
don't
Now you
remember.
can't monetize this podcast.
You can just cut that out,
Yeah.
Dante.
Sorry, guys.
We'll keep it in.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
stand up.
so I had like 20 minutes where they taught me some moves, and then they're like, let's speed it up. And I didn't get it at all. Like, we're talking at full speed, just did not nail it. And they're like, oh, don't worry. They're like, we got to go do some other stuff, so we can't keep doing this. Don't worry, we're going to have a little extra time to practice it again later on. Later on comes, and they're like, all right, let's do the dancing bit. And I'm like, I didn't get my second session in.
Can I also
Meanwhile-
add? Can I add some perspective? Like, this was all happening. Again, the four of us had made a commercial with just the four of us and like one other guy shooting it. There were
There were
scrims.
75 people.
There were scrims the size of movie theater screens, like setting lighting.
A scrim is a piece of fabric
Yeah.
that makes the sun less harsh.
Yes,
Which I learned that day.
there were 10.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
There
though,
were
but I
10
learned that they
photographers,
existed.
20 pickup trucks. They basically built a fake pickleball stadium outside of a Target with bleachers that Charlie was sitting in.
Yeah.
Like during
Filled with extras.
filled with extras
Yeah.
and fans, while Miles was dancing to this song, and so like that had to have added a little bit of extra juice.
Yeah.
So I just
You
wanted to
wanna-
throw that in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know the part that
Plus,
like
it was hot out, and I was wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. I was sweating, and beads were getting in my eyes. It
God,
was-
we had much more fun than you did during this because I loved watching this. Like I loved watching Miles dance because he was good.
It was there was so much sun. I have sensitive eyes, you know, like that. I got blue eyes. But
I don't think that has anything to do with the sun.
it does because
It does. In daytime, it's harder.
They're
It's-
lighter eyes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks. Josh, look up Josh
blue
Hamilton's
eyes are
stats.
harder to.
Look up Josh Hamilton's stats batting during the day versus batting at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he bats like 200 during the day and like 450 at night
Really?
because he's got blue eyes.
That was
Well,
my,
thank you. I appreciate you
Yeah,
backing
that
me
was
up
my
on this.
problem.
Why does he get contacts?
all my games were at night,
No,
and I got brown eyes.
contacts. It's the
Yeah, that's why I couldn't make
So,
it.
all right, the thing here,
If I
I
just
wanna,
played in the daytime, I'd have been way better.
here's my like
why doesn't he get contacts?
my low of the like. Well, first off, huge high, being able to like come onto like this set
You were
of
high
this
during that?
of the target shoot, right? The first one. You're in the second one, both times. Like coming out and be like, holy crap, this is crazy.
This
Like,
came out of my brain.
This came out of this video that we shot by ourselves, me and Morgan shooting it, and now it became this whole thing. And there's 50 people running around trying to
that was wild.
make this new thing happen.
I mean,
but
the most impressive thing was the snack bar.
fantastic
snack.
Crafty.
I mean, they spent more
Crafty
on
was
the
fantastic.
snacks than we did on our whole
but
trip.
then like you talk to the extras that are there, and you're like, oh, and they're like, how did you get this? I'm like, created out of thin air. Like, well, you didn't see the first one. They didn't show you why you're here.
They didn't show you my work.
I really hope you didn't say that.
I think he did say that. The way he was saying that, I think he did say that.
I might have. Like you don't know why this thing like.
You said that. You like this was a really great moment for you in this podcast until that.
No, because it was just like
Don't you know who I am?
like why? No.
I'm kind of a big deal.
No. It was more about like well, why wouldn't they show you what this?
You're
why
right.
this is a thing?
That's a good point.
Because like
why these guys?
How would
this
this
another gig? For
like
them.
how would this make any sense to you if you
This
didn't
is
know
like
about
the
the
bartender
thing?
just picking up a shift on the weekend.
Exactly. And that's how it was for them. And I'm over here living my Super Bowl, going like, oh, we got invited back to the Super Bowl. And they're like,
and then Matt Stafford shows
and then
up.
Matt, who's won a Super Bowl,
Not to
and
brag.
Matt, he was
By the
there.
way,
And I was like, hey, Matt, do you know why we're all here?
Matt, did you watch my video?
Oh,
Are you one of the 80 million views on my video?
It's like my wife did.
Probably.
Did he?
Did you guys think that Matt Stafford was going to be like good looking?
I didn't have any thoughts about
I
Matt
thought he was a
Stafford.
good looking.
All I thought about Matt Stafford was he played for the Lions at a time that was precarious for the Packers. So I had a little bit of. I was a little
Park.
scared.
I did not think he was going to be good looking.
I wanted to just shake it.
He was a handsome son of a bitch.
I wanted to just.
Wow.
Here's what I learned about the athletes. They I think production makes it harder for them by treating them like such royalty, and bringing them in
like
in
they came out of the
SUVs.
car, yeah.
They bring them in SUVs all the way to set, and so they only have to walk like 10 feet, and they don't let anybody get near them, to the point where like it's got to be harder for them to be a real person and do their job, because they've been elevated to this height of royalty, that like it's got to be weird for them to just be normal.
Yeah, he was actually pretty normal. And
He was
super
normal,
cool.
but the way he was like brought
But
on and everything
the thing-
made it weird.
The thing to me that was interesting was he was there. He wanted to do his thing. He hit his spot. He was super chill. And then he was about to leave. Everyone was like, "No one move. It's Matt Stafford's birthday."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was weird.
Dude,
And they're like, everyone needs to stand around the cake and sing as loud as you can, "Happy birthday to Matt Stafford."
I was going for
Yeah.
it.
And he was just like,
Yeah.
okay, guys.
And I'm not sure that he.
I don't know if you
super
noticed, he
needed
didn't eat a piece of that cake.
Yeah.
Well, this is a bit. Guy with sheet cake, because the guy with sheet cake is always trying to get rid of the sheet cake. Nobody wants to eat the sheet cake. I had my birthday party this
Sheet
past
cake.
April. I did a
I got
show.
40 pieces of sheet cake. I need you all to eat 2 pieces of sheet
Dude,
cake.
I got sheet cake at the show, and then after the show, and then another sheet cake showed up at the bar. I was trying to give sheet cake away all night.
Is sheet cake?
You got
just
3
a-
sheet cakes.
Is that just a long cake?
Graduation
Okay,
is
okay.
a sheet-
Sorry,
it's a
cake
sheet-
before I got you.
It's a sheet cake.
Sorry.
A sheet of cake. It's a
Okay,
flat
yeah,
cake.
it's what it sounds like.
You gotta
Yeah.
feel bad for these bakers of sheet cake because they know that
They're getting paid,
90%.
though. They don't
I know,
care.
but they gotta feel like I'm putting
Now,
my
if
blood.
sheet cakers were like commission based, so however many
you ever
slices
think
people
that-
ate, they wouldn't make any money at all.
No,
You ever think
wouldn't.
they make a sheet cake and they go, you know what? I put too much salt in it. It doesn't matter. No one's going to eat the sheet cake.
Yeah, they're gonna have
No,
two
no, they
bites
go,
of this sheet
I
cake.
messed up the cake part. I'll just slather on more frosting to distract them. I swear that's what they do.
They do. And then I would say the number one food that results in plates going face down in the garbage can is sheet cake. 1,000%. Because no one's finished.
Well, that and like the green bean casserole.
Well, green bean casserole, I think, has a little bit more. Sheet cake, like you have 2 bites and you got diabetes.
That's a pretty good top 5.
I
Top
like-
5
yeah.
things that end up in the trash.
Face down.
Yeah.
Sheet cake is way up there.
Or like bad barbecue.
Bad barbecue, I'd still eat that. There's something. There's
Yeah,
something
bad barbecue.
valuable.
Like-
Yeah.
You're at
like-
least getting
That's why I got the
protein out of
cholesterol.
it. Yeah, that's
Here's
why
how
I
you
got
know,
cholesterol.
like, if it's somebody you don't want to hang out with, if they're taking the corner piece of the sheet cake.
Oh, yeah.
Corner piece with that frosting, that
I'm a
frosting
middle
makes
piece
me
guy.
sick. Yeah, middle
Pizza,
piece.
I'm an edge piece. I like the crust.
I like the cake.
Sheet
yeah.
cake, I like the middle.
I like the cake. I don't like the frosting.
I gotta be honest with you. I like a little corner piece of sheet cake. I'm telling you that. Like just because you know.
Hang out.
I'm just saying.
You just said that you can't backpedal now. You actually just said you don't want to hang out with Charlie.
Yeah, it just
It just is what it is.
you just spent 5 minutes talking shit about sheet cake.
And all of a sudden
now
wants the corner.
Now you're telling me you want the corner.
I'm just
That's
saying.
the worst part of the sheet cake.
That's only 4 corners. If it was the corners to give away, it wouldn't be a problem. It's the rest
That
of the
is
damn
true.
sheet
It's a
cake.
coveted piece of cake.
Yeah.
Because it's just dry bread with a
You
little
just
bit
have
of
so much
sugar on it.
frosting.
Really dry. I don't
Yeah.
know what,
What is
they-
your-
yeah.
They're
Well,
like,
no, you guys just haven't had a good sheet cake.
where are you getting your sheet cake from, dude?
I bet your tongue has dye on it right now.
Who's got the best sheet cake? Is it Kroger? Is it Pick and Save?
They're all the same. They're all owned by the same corporation.
If you're gonna get a cake, you do a cookie or you do a 3-layer with some stuff
Ice
in the middle.
cream.
Ice cream cake.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're tacking on money with that. A sheet cake you can get at a reasonable
Well, you can't
price.
be cheap and also have good cake.
Hey,
Charlie.
look,
Jesus
sometimes
Christ.
you just need a cake.
You
Put
gotta
someone
make a
first.
decision.
I mean,
What is this podcast?
I'm telling you, it's about
You
sheet
guys
cake,
are
man.
workshopping your stand-ups. Is what's happening.
Hey, that's fine.
Oh, there we go.
Let the they'll see it on stage maybe at some point. I gotta figure out who was the first guy to make sheet. Who was the first
Sheet
guy?
cake.
What's the deal with sheet cake?
Can I get-
Well, I know what it was. It was the guy that was like, hey, I got a birthday, but I'm bringing a lot of people. I don't want to
Yeah.
make 8 cakes. What if we just made one large flat cake so everybody got the same
So it
size
appeared
piece?
like it was more cake.
Yeah, and
Made
everybody
it
got the
taller.
same size
It's
piece.
gonna be so big, it's gonna taste like cardboard.
Well, because Aunt
They
Sharon's
literally are
mad that
workshopping right now.
cousin Billy got a bigger
No,
piece.
Hey, what could take it to the next level is if we drew something on top.
What if,
wrote
what
a
if you
message
could,
on it.
what if you print the person's birthday's photo on top of the cake?
That would take sheet cake to the next. That's what's
And
going to
their
take it to
social
the moon.
security number.
Yeah.
Just like a full, yeah.
The thing with last note on sheet cake before I go.
Sorry.
My favorite part is when they put a bunch of candles on it, and then it's their actual like someone turns 65 and they think it would be cute to put 65.
Instead of just
freaking
doing
candles.
the 2 candles with the
It's-
numbers.
They do all of the things. So someone's like, "Oh, call the fire
And there's just
department."
wax over the
It's
whole
just
thing.
half of it is just wax, and then that half doesn't get touched at all. And I'm just saying
well,
the food
well, the
waste.
other half's got spit on it for trying
It
to blow
does.
out all the candles.
Yeah, if you want spit and wax,
Come on,
get a
Glenda.
sheet cake for the next deal. That actually leads us into our next segment here. Pretty much our only segment
I
of
was
the
going to
show.
say, we have segments.
And now we do. Starting now. Folks, excuse the interruption, but I want to let you know that we are powered and presented by Everlight Solar. Now is the time to get your free consultation with Everlight Solar to see how solar panels and solar energy can work for you. If you're a longtime listener of the Cripescast or you're new, you know that the Cripescast studio is powered by solar energy. Okay, it's good for your pocket. It is good for the planet. Check them out, everlightsolar.com. And folks, I want to let you know that Fleet Farm is here to help you gear up for hunting season. They want to help you make this year's season the best one yet. Grab some new camo gear and get ready to sit in your blind, hitting better than ever before. Or keep an eye on your game 24/7 with a huge selection of high-quality game cameras and prepare like none other for the best scouting you can possibly do so you know where the deers are and whatever you need to hunt, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, Fleet Farm has it here to help you hit the big one this season. All right, go to Fleet Farm and get that nice 12-pointer on your wall. And folks, the best way to support the Cripescast is to head to cripescast.com. There we've got merchandise, all sorts of Midwest merch, made in the USA stuff, hoodies for hoodie season, bottle openers, cribbage boards, the whole nine. And we've got tickets to my live shows coming up. You can even check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Charlie Barons, extra content and deleted scenes. Check it out and watch for deer. All right, let's get back to my conversation with the husbands of Target guys.
Taylor, are you wearing bike shorts or is those your boxers?
No,
right there?
They got liners.
It's liners.
They got liners.
liners.
Sorry, my
He's
liners are
drawing a
creeping
lot.
out.
That's nice.
I got
Nice.
boxers on too. I'm triple covered.
Nice legs, guys.
Thanks.
You're man spreading a
Are
little bit, Taylor.
you trying to remember what you were gonna say?
No, I know what I was going to say. We have a segment called What Makes You Say Cripes-ish or Cripescast.
Do you
So-
do this on
I
every
just started.
pod?
Get over it. I just started. So it's what's a pet peeve? Pet peeve you got?
Ooh, a pet peeve.
And you can't say segments on a podcast. I knew you were thinking.
No, I wasn't. No, I'm a
about that.
segment guy. I like segments.
You like segments?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying a new thing.
I kind of thought the whole first half of this could have used a segment.
I need a good pet peeve.
So
Podcast without any structure. Do you want me to come back to that? Should I start now?
no, I love the question. Can just give me let's.
So things that make you say Christ.
Yeah, things like cripes. Sheet cake would be an example.
When you're already mad and then you stub your toe or your knee on something.
Oh.
Yeah, what
Or
is
your
the-
shirt gets caught on a door handle when you're already mad.
Oh,
my
yeah.
Yeah.
God.
When you're already like starting to swear a little bit under your breath.
And then you're walking away and it gets caught on the door handle.
What do you stub your toe or hit your knee on the most?
Well, now it's all the baby equipment.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Equipment.
No, that's the correct
I mean,
term.
this guy's got more equipment than the Target shoot does.
What's the most useless piece of baby equipment you own?
Ooh,
Well,
I
we
can
have this one piano
back and play.
piano thing.
Oh, the bouncy piano?
I don't know. He lays and
He
piano.
plays the
He's too
piano.
young
He's
for
3
it.
months old.
That's what I'm saying. Why did we get it already?
You haven't gotten the command center yet, right?
I don't know. what
The
that
bouncing
is.
thing where they
Yeah,
turn
it's
around. Yeah, we got one of
Oh,
those.
is that where they're doing a bounce and then
yeah,
they have
and
all
they
the...
just spin around and it's got wheels on it. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I
about,
could-
right?
I tell you
could-
what though, what is not a waste of money is the high contrast cards. My kid can look at a black and white photo
Yeah.
for hours.
I
and
saw
be
you doing
entertained.
this. I saw you doing this.
He'll just go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
it's
He's not done.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
It's
these.
encapsulating.
Yeah. I mean, he should have been born in the 40s or 50s. He would have loved TV.
So this is just a card with black and white designs.
It's
Kinda
like zebra.
some,
Zebra
Oh,
stripes.
yeah.
some
Yeah.
therapist would
Yeah,
show
it's,
you.
Yeah.
it's exactly that.
It's therapy. Yeah.
It's therapy, yeah.
And what does he see in it?
Yeah,
You know?
sometimes
We don't
you
know.
see-
A lot.
The other day he's like, "Yeah, that's a unicorn." I was like, "That's a fucking cow." You idiot.
He's talking already.
Yeah, dog.
That's great.
Yeah, he said that. That was his first words. I couldn't believe it. Those high contrast cards just bring it out of him.
So, and these because babies, they can't see color, right?
I don't. They're kind of like a deer.
Yeah, they're like the colorblind.
No.
He told me that, dude.
Wait,
Didn't you
babies
tell me
are
that?
colorblind?
Babies, their vision grows over time. At first, they just see blurry subjects, and it slowly starts to come into focus.
Miles, you told me they were colorblind.
They're not colorblind. Babies are not
said that.
colorblind.
I did.
He said it.
No,
Dogs
That
are
doesn't mean
colorblind.
it's true.
I watched a TikTok. That
Oh,
was
I'm
like,
sorry.
this is
I didn't
your
realize.
baby's vision, and it started black and white, and then it slowly morphed into color over time.
That's
I believe
just
anything
shitty
I see
editing.
on TikTok.
So TikTok sometimes is right.
Is
And
it right
sometimes
about the black and white
it's
baby thing?
I don't know.
Not.
I know that
Yeah, look it
people
up.
have told me, blank, blank, blank. Where'd you hear that? TikTok. And I look it up and I'm like, this is incredibly wrong.
Yeah.
We have, hey Siri,
Let's argue
We-
like
we-
it's
are
Science
babies colorblind at
Babies
birth?
can see color, but their color vision improves over time.
Okay, so
Okay.
maybe there was some
So at birth,
okay.
you see black, white, and shades.
Young
of
babies
gray.
are indeed capable of
black,
seeing
white,
color.
and shades of gray.
Yeah.
So
Guys,
in other words, they're colorblind when they start.
black, white, and shades of gray would be black
They
and
can see
white.
red, orange, yellow, and green.
That would be
after a
color.
week,
Oh, yeah. So after a week,
but it takes
Well,
longer to see blue and violet.
you know what though? how boring is it that we just found the answer right there? You know,
I would have liked to argue about it.
I wanted to argue about this for the next 20 minutes. This podcast is going to be way shorter.
All right, hold on. I got the thing that makes me say
That's the whole point of this segment.
blown.
I got the thing that makes me say Cripes.
What?
You go to the Chipotle.
Wait.
Okay.
You may have the same thing I
You
have.
go to the Chipotle.
But, like, I wasn't thinking of it. But
And they go, hi, welcome to Chipotle. What can I help you with? And I go, I'll have a chicken burrito. And they go, okay. And they pull out the tortilla and then they go, what for your protein? And I go, I said a chicken burrito.
Yeah.
So,
But they ask, you tell them chicken burrito, and 2 seconds later they go, and what for your protein?
so let me just.
All they hear is burrito, and they go, all right, now I
Is
got
it
the
there
first
or is it
thing.
just one?
So
one
why don't
No,
you
it's
just-
happened multiple
So
times.
next
Okay.
time, why don't you just go, I'll have a burrito?
Chicken.
That's
because
a great call.
because I am a short. I want to get straight. I got stuff to do.
You're right. You do have a hole in your house right now.
I gotta get back to the hole in my house, and I don't have time to say burrito and then chicken. I say chicken burrito. Now that's 2 steps for them,
Well, then
right?
why don't you just go, I'll do a chicken burrito with black beans,
Because I know-
white rice,
Because I don't want to
lettuce.
overwhelm them. I know this generation can't handle a lot.
Oh, this
Oh,
generation.
the
Hang
generation splaining right now?
Taylor, listen.
Okay.
as
We've
a-
got some,
Are you
we've
still
got some
millennial or are
Gen
you on the
Zers
next-
in the
I don't
room,
know
like,
anymore.
yeah.
You're right on the edge. You
I'm
gotta
a
be like,
millennial.
no, you're millennial.
You're on the
You're a
fence.
strong millennial. I'm an old millennial. You're a strong millennial.
Taylor is a former pretzel boy. I will say this, that the customer service in us,
Pretzel boy.
I
I love
wrote,
out of context. That's very weird to say, but
no,
I know what you're saying.
I-
He used to work
Annie
at an Orange Julius.
Annie Ann's, I was skilled labor, bro. You think it's easy to do that? It takes a while to learn the
show
role.
us.
just
So-
to go like this and mix an orange juice.
Hey, we do not do that.
Yeah,
That's
none of this going on.
no. If you're doing pretzel, what you do is you cut about that size, then you roll it out like this and get that flip. That's skilled labor. And I will say that some people, when it comes to customer service, especially at that age,
Don't
maybe experimenting with recreational mind activities, and also they don't give a shit about your burrito, dude. They don't. They're making
You
like
are the.
I know they
the
don't.
250
That's
Joe
why.
Blow
That's
to
what
come
annoys me.
$13 an hour.
But here's the deal: anything you do is worth doing good.
No,
I-
God,
worth doing
here
well.
we
I'm gonna
go.
So
say-
you're gonna do it. Why not be the best at it?
Because
Because he's getting paid $13 an hour.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
you know what? And so is the guy
Unless you're in
next to you.
California,
Why
it's
not
like
be better than them?
I just think that you saying chicken twice is okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Like, it's fine. Chicken? What do you want? Chicken. That's an extra second of your day.
What's your thing that
Yeah,
makes you
so
go
what's your
Cripes?
thing? What's your
Decorative pillows.
decorative?
I just saw that reel.
Now
okay.
here's a question:
It's a promotion.
Are you okay with some, or you're like, we don't?
No,
need them
I
at
don't
all?
want any of them. I don't
None of
understand couches, beds. I know there was a reel about it, but
speaking
I
of
don't.
decorative pillows,
They-
guys,
no,
I gotta
they-
show you this thing.
Oh, Anne Marie. So hang on, this.
Look at this decorative pillow, dude.
Yeah, that's all I hang
Wait.
on
Here,
This.
here, here.
to. Lay it out here.
Oh,
Here, pen.
yeah, I got it. Sorry.
I mean, oh, sorry. This pillow.
It's decorative.
This pillow has been in this Hollywood hotel room for how
Oh,
many years?
Wait.
That's what I was thinking last night because I was like, I want a leg pillow so my lower back doesn't hurt. I'm old. But I looked at that thing, I was like, nah, I'm
If
not
I
gonna
had
do
one of
it.
those in my room, we could do a joust in the hallway.
We should do that right now. Let's do a pillow fight. You guys all probably have one of those. Go to your
I'm gonna be
rooms.
honest.
Get
I
that.
don't know if I want to do a pillow fight with a bunch of dudes in a hotel room with one light and a camera. I don't know.
Cut to tomorrow.
This
Hey,
would be so
excuse me.
cool.
Why do 3 of you have black eyes?
Oh, man. That thing, though, you know, that's someone.
I do not think I have one of those in my room, by the way. I think you got the bonus giant.
I got it in Target set me up, right?
Yeah.
I got a bag of cookies. You got the sex burrito pillow.
Well, no, that's what makes the pin.
So I do have a I do have a dog.
Oh, look at
I
that
have a pet
dog.
dog.
Is that a
Carter.
target
I would
dog?
not touch that tail.
I like.
You need this.
I would,
No, I like that it's for all sorts of levels. You know, it's a multi-level dog. You can start here,
Wait, no, those are like none of those are
or
really
maybe it's more of a warm-up.
If any of you guys are dealing with any of those, congratulations.
Wait, what? Dealing with?
I'm gonna touch the safest part of this dog
Yeah.
right now.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You never know. Anyways,
I'm
you
trying
know,
to think. I can't touch anything in my hotel room anymore.
no, you can't, dude. The hotel rooms.
You
no.
guys gotta stop thinking about
Charlie, what percentage of people watch this versus listen to this podcast?
Well, maybe I don't look at the numbers. You
Okay.
know.
Because you're just doing it for the love of the
I'm
That's
game.
why
doing
it
it for the
still
love of
does
the
it.
game. I'm doing it to hang out with my boys in this hotel room
Yeah.
by ourselves
With
with
your
one
weird-
light and a camera and a dog.
With your weird dildo dog.
But hey, Miles, we're not supposed to explicitly call the dildo
all right.
dog, okay?
All right.
Miles, what's
We'll call
what's
the
the
Bilbo.
what's the
dog.
thing that makes you go say Cripes?
I already
Really keep
said
it
that. I
What
already
was
said
yours?
Mine
It was
was.
the first one.
Oh, the
was
thing
the-
that told, the thing
The
that
only
stub your
one that
toes.
Charlie hasn't got.
And then yours was the
Decorative
throw pillows,
Oh,
decorative pillows.
this,
And what's yours, Charlie?
That makes me say crimes? Oh man, you guys want to talk about AI for a while?
no.
So I purposely didn't say
All right,
that.
guys, well, thanks for
No,
tuning
that was-
into the Cripes
Hold
Cast.
on, nobody knows what we're talking about. Charlie is obsessed with the fact that AI
I'm
is
there
going to take
too.
over the world,
This is the bane of
and
my
he's very
fucking
scared about it. And he's been
Freaking
talking to
existence.
each one of us. I think you ruined the entire trip last time by being depressed
I don't
about
think you
AI.
ruined the whole
I don't
trip.
think that's a little
That's a stretch.
half the trip I
That's-
wrote.
yeah.
Hey, listen. I was just saying, like, I was just coming to
He
realization
did
of
ruin
what
a
was
whole
going
belly
on.
up shoot though one time with that.
That was hilarious, though. I thought, but I was just figuring out what was going on with the AI thing, and yeah, I went down a spiral, man. But then I came to terms with it, and I said, you know what? We're gonna be like dead in 5-10 years. So I just said, let's enjoy life, and I've had a great time ever since. I've
So
just
I've
been
come-
enjoying every moment.
You know I'm with you on this, right?
I know you're with me.
You're not as depressing though.
I'm not depressing anymore, Taylor. Did you just hear how great I was? With
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I like to be there, and Kim is the same way. Kim, anytime I talk to Kim about it, she's like, "Well, if it happens, just come take me first. I'm too tired. Like, just take me. I don't want to fight." But for me, it's. Wait, why is everyone laughing?
was that the AI
Just
robots
your-
coming?
your
Or-
No,
impression
Kim's like, just come
of
with me.
Kim, just come.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
taking you?
The AI. She's the zombies or the AI or anyone just come take
The
me.
robots.
Yeah, robots, whatever happens.
Yeah, I don't want to
For
fight.
me,
just
like
go.
I do think there's something that we can do.
Maybe
to-
no.
to-
That's the way. Maybe that's the play to do. If you play dead, you know.
So Kim's
If
gonna
an
be the
animal's
last
already
one
dead,
alive.
you're not
Listen,
gonna try and kill
100%.
Listen, guys, AI is not there yet. They're still putting 16 fingers on people. We got at least 3 months to figure this out.
it.
The issue,
Last month it was 50 fingers.
the issue is it's getting smarter at an alarming rate. Like every day, it's getting twice as smart as it was before, and that's great for medicine, and that's great for songwriting. Like Myles showed me this song that a computer wrote for him in like 5 seconds. It's good for science. It's good for everything. There are zero.
But it takes you 15
Zero.
seconds to write a song.
Yeah, but I'll be out of work in 5 seconds because the AI is going to be better. There's zero regulations on it right now.
None.
There's zero governmental regulations. There's zero ways to keep people from letting it make its own decisions.
conversation.
Yeah.
No, I agree with him. You know what? Some people, but that's because.
So let's make some regulations.
So you're also asking a tall task because we still don't even have regulations about social media.
I'd like to start with AI regulations.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Like
no,
that
but
would be really nice.
just something where people understand. Because you ask anybody about this stuff, they're like,
It's great.
They're like, you sound crazy
Yeah.
talking about what the people who are designing it are talking about. Like Elon Musk is saying, like you put the Neuralink thing in, and like 5 years, 10 years, you're gonna have hundreds of thousands of people with Neuralink. Now they have access to AI in their brain.
You want to know the scary part of that, fun part of that?
Yeah, let's talk about the fun part.
Is that actually everyone thinks it's going to cognitively make them better, but apparently I saw on TikTok
Again,
that It physically is making you better. So the message from your neural link to your muscles is faster than your brain to your muscles. So people with neural links, if they were playing sports, could react faster than normal people.
Well, what's the Olympics going to look like?
That's what I'm saying. You're going to have to be checking people for chips, not just steroids.
Totally fine
Chip
with that.
check.
Totally fine with the Olympics.
Instead of a cup
Totally
check,
fine
it's
with
a
people
chip
getting
check.
better. Don't want a computer making decision to attack.
No, so this
yeah.
was the silver lining that Elon was saying, is that one of the things that's going to prevent the humanoid robots from taking over the world is that people will have neural links, so you'll have cyborgs to fend for humanity. I'm not making this up.
It's Doctor Who. We've arrived at Doctor Who.
Dante, you're cutting this out, right?
Yeah.
No, we're keeping this in, bro.
Is this a part of the podcast?
I mean, if you
I think it's just a good thing that people should be aware of, and then let the people decide, not the robots. But
Or if you don't know what to decide, put it in the chat.
ChatGPT can help.
yeah, that's right. Let's ask ChatGPT what's going on
So,
with all this.
what do you think my stance should be on humanoid robots? And then don't spit out something good.
Bend over and I'll show you.
You know what I learned about this whole robot thing though, about me mentally though, is like I can go so far down a rabbit hole that where I can't recognize myself. Kind of wild. That's
Is that
crazy.
the next segment? Of
You
this
don't
podcast?
recognize yourself?
No, well, do you remember me doing that Target shoot?
People need some backstory. So this is the third LA Target shoot that we've done. On the second one, the only thing that Charlie could talk about was how AI was going to ruin the world. And he talked about it so much that we all started talking about it behind his back, being like, hey, I think Charlie's getting a little deep in with this AI stuff. And we're like, yeah, for sure.
Wait, you guys were talking about that?
And like, because he just couldn't let it go. We're like, yeah, I mean, we all are scared, but he's really nervous.
And was I wrong?
You're not wrong. Just like,
It's
what are
like,
you gonna do?
You're not wrong. You're
You're
just
just-
you're not
we're
wrong,
just
Walter.
four-
You're
we're
just an
just-
asshole.
We're just four comedians. What are we gonna do?
So this is
We're just four comedians with a podcast with 4,000 views.
Taylor, exactly, at 5,000. This is what I was saying with Taylor. This is kind of the realization that, you know what, Miles, be on your phone right
No,
now.
I got it. Trust me.
Okay, before you do that, I'm just going to explain it. Here's the thing, Taylor.
Okay, here we go. I'm talking to Brent,
Yeah.
our buddy Brent. He said AI robots are licking their chops to take over that state for its first territory. I said, Brent, for the love of God, don't bring up AI robots around Charlie this week.
I'm over it. Okay, here's how, you want to hear how I got over it? I grew up thinking that, we're all on the Titanic, right? And I was under the impression that my job on the Titanic was to tell the captain that we're steering into
Iceberg.
that we're going into an iceberg that's going into a hurricane, because the oceans are
That's what
warming.
you thought of when you were a kid?
No.
Well, I want to know what you are now.
So I thought that I was that person on the Titanic, the person that warned the captain that we're going in the wrong direction. But then I realized, no, I'm just the guy playing the fiddle until we all drown. And so since then, I've been much happier.
Also, you realize the guy that warned the captain, he was way too late.
Oh, too late. I know.
do shit,
that's
so
all
it
that
So you
matters.
just want to
Yeah.
be happy and ride it out.
I'm just trying to make people happy
Hey.
while we sink into the bottom of the
I like
hole.
While you're
that.
sinking,
Yeah.
play some art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
you're at peace with the end of the world.
I don't know what else to be, Penn.
Yeah.
I don't know what other
I don't know if
option.
you guys knew this, but we're not making out of this alive.
This podcast?
No, this life.
That's true.
Now I see Penn going down my spiral. Penn, I'll meet you there. I'll dive down.
I've thought about it a lot before I talked to you. I've thought about it a lot after I've talked to you. I want to, I'm actually here for what happens the next 10 years because a lot of great advancements are going to happen.
That's fantastic. Real quick, message from our sponsor, BetterHelp. If you're looking for somebody to talk to,
You guys ever gone on BetterHelp?
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I told one gal my entire story for an hour. Got to the end, she gave me a little tidbit, and I was like, and then we got off, and I was like, she ain't the one.
How many therapists have you gone through?
Switch
Just the
therapists
one.
at any time for no
I
additional
switched
charge.
Am I the
therapy.
only
Yeah.
one who hasn't had a therapist?
Oh man.
Oh, you get there. You only got
You
one
haven't-
kid.
you've never had a-
You only got one
You
kid.
never had a therapist?
Just the bartender.
Yeah, I tried a few bartenders. I got a real therapist. Yeah, they're fun. Penny got a therapist? That's cool.
Fuck, is this what my life's gonna turn into?
Well, therapy.
You're lucky.
Therapy's not bad. Actually, I find that with therapy, you can really figure out some weird shit.
It's getting your oil changed, right? Like, we take care of our cars every 5,000 miles. We go in and we get our oil changed.
But what do we do about our souls?
5,000? I'm supposed to do it every 5,000? Shit.
No, you have a room.
Not you.
Oh, I gotta
You've
make a
got
call.
an assistant for that.
I knew this is what this podcast would turn into. I'm here for it.
Good luck, Dante. Good luck.
Real quick, Penn, back to this. You're here for the next 10 years because I do think, here's how I think AI can work well. Just to wrap this up. Put a little button on this little bow. You know what? I get engagement from Penn. I get YouTube like, so I'm just going to roll with it because half of the audience can't see you guys anyway. So Penn, here's what I think. I think in the next 10 years, if we can use AI to figure out climate change and figure out a bunch of how to figure out cancer, and then figure out how to regulate it in a way, then I think we can lower the percentage chance of
The risk.
The risk while getting the benefit. But if we use AI to be like, hey, I'm not really interested in meeting people, can I get an AI robot to come over for an hour? And then I think, we're in trouble.
The greatest part about AI is it allows intelligence to make its own decisions to evolve. Right?
Yeah.
Like it makes its own decisions to get smarter and smarter.
Because
and
we
smarter.
are the bottleneck on intelligence. So when it doesn't need us, then that's how it explodes.
Us specifically.
and the downside is the same thing. We allow it to make decisions.
Yeah.
It's both.
I think that
Taylor gave me the best. Honestly, I got a from Taylor there. If we can back it up, I heard a
that's an amen from
which
Taylor.
is it's all I can hope for from him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's an AI denier.
I thought you were just having heartburn.
I'm not. I got a hole in the side of my house. I got bigger problems than AI. AI's gonna kill us all. The only thing that's gonna kill me is the hole in the side of my house, and my wife being upset that there's still a hole in the side of my house.
That's it. We just need to create other problems so we're not concerned.
Yeah, if you had real problems in your life, you wouldn't be worried about AI.
I don't
That
have
is
real
true.
problems. No, I know it's true.
so easy.
How many kids do you have?
Yeah,
How many babies do you have?
Don't think I know
How many
all this.
diapers you gotta
Don't think- I've
change?
got my life so good, I gotta invent problems to have something to be scared about. You know what I mean? But that's because we're all cavemen. We were all used to biologically running away from saber-toothed tigers. I don't have saber-toothed tigers anymore, so I'm looking for one.
Would you like one of my saber-tooth tigers? Would you like to come tape and texture my house?
I mean, I'd come help for like a few
I
hours.
was actually thinking earlier when we were talking about your house, it would
So
be a
Dante
funny
is
series
giving
for us
it's
four.
time to wrap.
What time is it?
Way after an hour.
I was thinking it would be funny series for all four of us to try and build a shed. You know,
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
the whole
Taylor,
thing. We don't get any help, but it's
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
us
have to
four.
build the whole fucking thing.
Taylor's gonna build it all.
That's what I'm
We're
saying.
we're just gonna be sitting there like, what should we do, Taylor? What do we do with a drunken Taylor?
I can help with
just
the
figured you're
concrete.
gonna-
And that's about
Yeah,
it.
you
I'll
can
do the
honestly,
slab.
you do the slab. That's a lot of it.
I'll put some on backwards for you.
Can you make sure? Are you gonna pack the gravel though, or are you just gonna
I'll
pour
get
it
a
right on top of the
tamper.
grass?
No, I'll get a tamper. We'll dig it out a little bit. I'll even do it by
Footers?
hand.
You gonna do footers?
Not on the
Nah,
shed. Are you kidding me?
That'll bring his Rivian and he can move
Ground
supply.
doesn't freeze in Colorado.
Oh,
so-
for sure it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You gotta go 30 inches
Yeah,
down.
it's not a
Not
super
36,
expensive
but 30.
car.
A Rivian's not.
No, it's like
It's 70,000. It's a pickup.
Well, these
But I
days,
looked at as SUV a Suburban is $100,000 right now.
Jeez,
Crazy, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
My Tahoe
I'm
was
A Suburban's 100.
I maybe
That's
gotta
what
get
somebody
snipped.
told me. The TikTok told me.
Can
AI
afford
told
that
him that.
as a kid.
Hey,
All right.
Guys,
Thank you so much for tuning into the Cripes podcast. Tune back every
It's
single
called
week.
the Cripescast, Taylor. I've done 400 some episodes of it.
Really?
It's called the Cripes. I can't
Make
believe
sure
I
you
did
like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Throw a comment down below. Let us know what you want to see next week.
Just
who
a
you want us to
huge
interview.
shout out to Dante because he has to edit this and upload this.
Huge
Yeah.
shout out to Hannah and Colleen because Dante is definitely not going to edit this. I can see it in his face right now. Thank you all for listening. Hey, if you want to follow Penn, well, you know where.
You figured it out.
Yeah. See you guys.
Love you guys.
All right, that is it for this week. Make sure you follow everyone at the Holderness family. That's where you can find Penn stuff. At Dude Dad, that's where Taylor is at. At OU Betcha, that's all Myles' stuff. And of course, follow the Cripescast at Cripescast on all of our online platforms. It's just easy. It's at Cripescast. There you have it. Check out cripescast.com for upcoming tour dates. And we will see you guys soon. And big thanks to Colleen Maraca and Hannah Milos for producing and editing this podcast. And a special thanks to all of you for listening. Everybody keep her moving. Watch for deer. And we will see you next week.
So roll out the barrel and get the band brewing. Life's got you down. Just keep her moving. It's on Wisconsin. The Badgers say it's the old Wisconsin Jubilee.
You know, sometimes when you're ice fishing, you put your foot in the walleye hole and go ass over tea kettle and you think you're done. No, you gotta keep her moving.